All right, good morning, guys, or almost afternoon for me. We are making progress. Not as much as I would have liked to have made yesterday, but it was kind of pissing on me literally while I was under the car, so kind of wasn't a convenient thing. And I had to regroup since the transfer case almost fell on my temple twice. But hopefully we can get the transfer case on, drive shaft connected, CV shafts, get all the suspension, hopefully get the car on its wheels, and then we'll start kind of buttoning everything up. Got to do fluids. I'm gonna put new plugs in it, even though they're probably fine, but I find that it was kind of breaking up the little bit of time I got to drive it before it was kind of grenaded a little. So that's gonna happen. I bought these a few months ago, so we'll get that put in there as well. And again, I do have a good bit of stuff coming for the car. Just a little preview here. There's something that goes with this too that I think just goes hand in hand. So like I said, I'm trying to modernize the car, but not take away from its rawness and what it was built for. I mean, this car is not made to have a bunch of technology in it. You know, that just wasn't the thing at the time. And the 90s, in my opinion, were the golden era of imports. You know, muscle cars were 50s, 60s, 70s. I mean, the 90s, and I guess you can say it, 80s and 90s for imports were the mecca. They were, look at all the most desirable imports that you can purchase. They're 80s, 90s. So, and I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 81. So I'm becoming an old man with the white of my beard, but you know what? Who cares? So I'm going to start getting to work here, and I'm going to set you guys up, and we'll record a little bit of what I'm doing. And again, it's not always the funnest thing to get under the car and lift up a transfer case. If I had to guess on the weight, I would say it's about 130, 140 pounds, give or take. I don't know the kilograms for you folks across the pond. Sorry, you can Google the transfer if anyone cares that much. So let's get to work.
I could have
So let me turn off the music. The new Metallic album, 72 Seasons. If you guys can't tell, I'm a big metalhead. Love country, opera, the older rap. I do like some of the newer stuff too. I like Post Malone, probably one of the most talented musicians alive. Not so much for his singing, but he can play the guitar. He plays damn well. Anyway, let's get back on subject here. You can tell I'm ADD. So, got the bottom transfer case bolts. I got the transfer case on. As you guys saw, I had the transmission jack. Thank God I have that thing. Thank God the wife was on board with me getting that so I don't die. Last night, in my infinite wisdom, I think I mentioned this in my last clip. When I was putting the transfer case on, you know, I'm a pretty big guy. So I would like to think that I'm strong enough to do things that I shouldn't do. But yeah, I'm not strong as I used to be, let's just say. That happens when you get old, but yeah. So I had the transfer case damn near on. And I don't know if you saw, when I had the camera under the car, showing how it kind of, you have like a spline, and then you have like a outer spline that goes over that. Well, you have to situate that just so, or it will not go in. And you saw when I kind of went back and forth with it, how it even probably made that noise. It went on, and then that's when you start the bolts, and then the bolts, I kind of went, in the middle, I didn't bulldog it, and I know you're probably not supposed to use an impact to do that, but I did feel its seat. So, I mean, if anything does grenade, I guess it'll be on me, but pretty confident that's okay. So now we got to get the top three, which were really fun to take off the first time, but putting them on shouldn't be that bad. So I'm going to do that. I wanted to show how to do the transfer case, because I know a lot of people think that you got to remember, us here in the States, we didn't get these cars when they were new. We got the Mirage, which is nothing like the machine you see in front of me. But I just wanted to show you that you can go to Harbor Freight and buy tools. You can accomplish this job. Keep safety at the forefront. Don't try to rush things. And be safe when you're doing things. I kind of get that beat into my head from work, and just makes you think, you can get hurt doing this. I mean, this is not, there's a reason you pay shops a premium to do stuff like this. I mean, even if they have all the lifts and all that stuff, it's, if they do something wrong, they can get hurt, or they can hurt your car if they do things wrong too, obviously. But I just wanted to emphasize that, take your time. have a good game plan. And I think putting the transfer case on out of the car, thinking, oh, I'll just put the transmission with the transfer case on. No, it ain't gonna go on. You can forget that. I know y'all love my hair, by the way. So yeah, you got to take the transfer case off. And what I had to do to actually get this transmission in, so y'all saw I have the transmission jack. So what I had to do was I have one of those levelers for an engine hoist, you know, that has a crank and you can shift the weight backwards and forwards. I put one here and I put one here. And then when I lifted it up with the engine hoist, that enabled it to go over the clutch and flywheel. And then I was able to get underneath and kind of shimmy it over everything. And then I just simply lifted up with the engine hoist. Everything, once I saw the bolts lining up, I put a bolt in there down here, got it started, put a bolt up here, got it started, and then it starts sucking in the transmission. And of course you got to make sure you line up with your dowels, because your dowels are kind of what keep it in place so that you can actually bolt things together. So it was a fun ordeal. I think it was Boosted Films that I got the idea from. I know he probably doesn't watch this, but dude, your videos have drastically helped. Even though this is an Evo 4, the 4 through 9, the transmission and everything going damn near the same. I think the mounting on these is a little different on the back of the transmission, but the way you have to put it in and all of that is damn near the same. Another thing to note, if you're going to do this at home, aside from the safety, we've talked about that, make sure that you can lift up the passenger side, lift it up to where the engine droops. Obviously you don't want the engine to droop too much, because you know you have belts and accessories and grounds and AC stuff, you know, on there, so you obviously don't want to do it to the extreme, but do it enough to where the engine will droop. That way you can get the transmission. Sorry, I'm from the South, we talk with our hands even when I'm on the phone. It's really weird. To get it over that. But that engine hoist was an absolute godsend, and I've seen a lot of people struggle to get this on here. I absolutely did not struggle whatsoever. I'm not even being sarcastic. So the only issue I really had was it would get stuck because it was kind of dry. And you know how I am, guys, I always talk about this, you know, sometimes you got to lube it up, you know, make things easy on the hole, right? So I put some penetrant right here. I think it's the WD-40 penetrant right here. Sprayed it on there, let it sit for a second, and then pulled up with the engine hoist and pop. You could hear it actually pop into place. Put the bolts in, game over, done. So I don't know if I'm really going to film the rest of this stuff. I mean, again, like I've stated before, this is not groundbreaking stuff that I'm doing here. It looks like I didn't order a part that I need to actually get the car running. I'm sure that's never happened to anyone in the history of putting cars back together, huh? But I need turbo drain or return seals, and I'm looking down at this turbo drain and I'm not liking it, so I'm probably gonna go AN fittings to get rid of that. What, baby? Oh, you always gotta sneak a drink of dad's drink, huh? Thank you, baby.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, baby. All right, where were we? Oh, by the way, if you guys like this, let me know. I can get you one. And this is probably the font I'm gonna go with. I have a couple of other ideas. So if you're an artist or something like that and you don't charge an arm and a leg plus tax, holler at your boy. But of course. Anyway, now where were we? Trying to remember. Oh yeah, the turbo drain or return, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of the same thing. I'm probably gonna go AN, and I'm probably going to go in for the feed as well. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. That's a $80 well spent in my opinion, because it's just more resilient. And I believe if worse would come to worse, and let's say you're road tripping this car, and I don't know, let's say the AN line gets hit or damaged and it starts leaking, you can go to an auto parts place and buy some hose and some hose clamps and put it over the AN lines to get you home if need be. Whereas that hard line, if it breaks, you're kind of screwed. So I'm always thinking down the road, what will make my life easier for maintenance. And I know some astute followers of this channel, which again is what, 73 of y'all now. I'm not quite at the Adam Z or Cletus level, but yeah, these are my worst nightmare. Look at these. I mean, they're probably factory, probably have never been touched since this car was born. Obviously I don't mean these, but anyway, let me get back to work. I just wanted to kind of tell you guys where we are, and I did get more parts. So I mean, did you really think I was going to put those rusty rotors back on the car? Negative, Ghost Rider. So I ordered the power stop. It's I think I have the, where's the box? It's the KOE 108 kit for the Lancer Evolution front and back. That comes with the rotors, pads to do a complete brake job. I mean, and do you think I'm leaving the 25-plus-year-old rubber wore out brake lines? Nope, that's gone away too. And I'm going to put stainless steel brake lines, and I'm going to run the car, obviously once I get everything on it, I'm going to run the car the way it was. I have some other stuff. I have a 3-inch Megan Racing downpipe, and I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, why didn't you buy Unicorn Tier Racing or whatever? Well, I'm not a millionaire. I can't afford to buy super expensive parts, and really, a downpipe is a downpipe. I mean, if the flanges and everything are good and it doesn't leak, I mean, tell me in the comments what you guys think. What is, why should I buy an expensive downpipe? And does anybody have any proof of, you know, obviously I didn't get an Alibaba or some old, you know, Chinese crap, even though I think this was made in China, but this thing's solid. So I have an aftermarket O2 housing, a 3-inch downpipe. I have a Evo 8 test pipe. It's actually an Evo 8 downpipe as well. Don't know if it's all gonna fit. I may have to go back, at least with the downpipe. I may have to go back with the factory bit, which I don't want to, but I may run it that way just for a while, and then I'm going to bring it to a muffler shop and just have them fix it, because I don't have the expertise nor the equipment here yet to do that. Hear me say the words yet. Welding, sandblasting cabinet, air compressor, that's all coming. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Oh, also, I want to mention this. I'm also on Rumble. All the videos you watch here on YouTube are on Rumble. So if you don't like watching them on YouTube, check me out on Rumble. Smash that like button and smash the thumbs up on the Rumble side of the house. So anyway, guys, love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Later.